Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with a Twin Flame Energy update for December 22nd through December 28th. If this video resonates with you, you can book a Twin Flame reading with me. That information is in the description box below. Do remember that I am channeling a lot in the collective. So if this is resonating with you, you may want to go more in depth to find out about your situation, or even if you are involved with a twin flame or karmic or twin ray. I want to say thank you all for sending me birthday wishes. My birthday was Friday, December 20th. I felt the love, I felt the light, and I just want to extend my gratitude to you guys and say thank you so, so much. And I also want to thank my new subscribers and the subscribers that have been following me since I started my journey here on YouTube. You guys mean the world to me. And there will be more content coming soon this week as I am on vacation. And so I can interact and I can tend to your needs a little more efficiently since I will not be working. And this week I am going to take the time out to do spiritual work, to do some healing, to get out in nature, just really align myself more as we prepare for 2020. Now, if you feel called to do so, you can follow me on Chrissy the Crystal Indigo over at Instagram. You also can donate to my channel. That information is in the description box as well. I know you guys are saying, come on, hurry up, enough already. All right, guys, I'm going to dive right into the Twin Flame Collective Energy Update reading. Again, this is for December 22nd to December 28th. So for the first spread I always do the Divine Masculine first. Now remember, Divine Masculine can be female, can be male. The energy is interchangeable. So for the first card that came out for Divine Masculine is third party. So a lot of you Divine Feminines are realizing that there was a third party involved in your connection, or there may be a third party ending within your connection. But this is the energy, and this is the main reason why your Divine Masculine has been in solitude, has been in shutdown mode, because they're trying to differentiate from their Divine Feminine to their Karmic, because before you entered their life, they really thought this karmic was the end all be all, the love of their life, even ignoring, toxic energy between them, the fighting. They really felt deep down that this what love was, like this was how love was supposed to be. And then when spirit, universe, divine finally brought you guys together, aligned you guys on your path, for those who are in, have met and have had their connections, your Divine Masculine was thrown for a loop, because it's like, how could I have known this karmic for so many years, and here I've known this Divine Feminine? I mean, of course they don't know the right terminology. Some of them do, some of them don't. And they're like, I've known this Divine Feminine for 6 months, a year, 2, 3, 4 years, and I feel like that I've been connected with this person my entire life, that actually gets me, that actually knows my heart, that actually, tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear. Okay. The next card that came out for Divine Masculine is Purge. Right now, your Divine Masculine is definitely purging everything. They're purging whatever doesn't serve them or grow them. And you remember in the other videos that I posted, this has been slowly the common theme. As we move into 2020, your Divine Masculine is purging everything, what no longer serves them, what no longer grows them, what doesn't feel right to them. Even if it's materialistic, they're getting more in tune with what is right, what is light, what is compassion, what is empathy, because they've seen themselves in the mirror and they do not like what they see. Okay. Well, whoever needs to speak to me, you can write me in the comment sections, or you can send me an email, because I just got your vibration. Okay, back to the reading. This is what your Divine Masculine is going through. And as they purge, they will realize everything that they've done, everything that you know, they've caused their divine feminine. It's like, wow, how could this person still love me? How could this person have such compassion for me after I've done him or her regarding to the divine feminine or relating to the divine feminine that way? So they're purging right now. Your divine masculine is choosing their free will. Again, with some of the connections, I have to emphasize on this. With some of the connections, the reason why the divine feminine and the reason why divine masculine, it's so hard to pull away and cut this connection loose. You won't be able to cut the connection loose because you're one soul, you're connected. But it's not easy, and it's been so hard to walk away from each other. It's because this is something that destiny has brought together. This is something the divine spirit, God, whomever you relate to, has brought you guys together. So in certain connections, there's an opt of free will. Either you're going to realize it or spirit will help you realize it. You can take the easy way out and just stop and say, I surrender, and allow yourself to go through the awakening, the dark night of the soul, your spiritual transformation, whatever you need to go through. If you fight this, then it's going to be hard, and you're going to see everything around you crumble. You have to have the courage, you have to have the strength to know that when you accept, divine is going to take care of you no matter what. You have nothing to worry about. With the divine feminine has always known about this connection right from the start. When they have, interacted with each other or came into contact, there it was. Divine feminine has always been spiritually gifted, always knew about their spiritual gifts. The divine masculine, some may not. But remember, divine feminine, you are the leader. When you are healing, when you are doing the work, when you are doing your life path and purpose work, you draw your divine masculine to you. You're healing them as you heal yourself. So the best advice I can give for divine feminine in this moment is to start loving on you more. Start doing the things that you like to do. Start working on your life path and purpose. And if you don't know what your life path and purpose is, I can be a guide and a support system to that. I also have readings in regards to your life path and purpose that you can do an exchange for, understand? So at the end of the day, I know what my life path and purpose is, and it's amazing. I asked and I saw it in a vision, and every day I get more clarity on what it is that I need to do or what I'm supposed to do. And this is why this YouTube channel, took off the way that it did. Granted, I do have a job, so I can't be on here 24/7, but I know the divine steps are being ordered for me into where one day I won't have to work at that job. I can completely devote myself to my life path and purpose work. And this is when I feel the most joy. This is when I am most happy. And you have to really know what your life path and purpose is. So when you start diving into that and doing that work, divine feminine, divine masculine, you will see that everything goes a lot smoother. Everything starts to align with where you're headed and where you're going, okay? So for those others, free will, those who aren't in a specific, situation when it comes to divine spirit source, your divine masculine has free will. They can choose to walk away from this connection. They'll always feel you. You'll always feel them. You'll always be connected in the heart because you're one. But for some divine masculine, they're really fighting to choose their free will. Pride and ego. That's the next card that came out. Excuse me. Pride and ego. They have to let that pride and ego go and know it's okay to own up to your accountability. It's okay to know that you're not right. It's okay to say, you know what, hey, I messed up. I apologize. A lot of the divine masculines know they put their divine feminine through the ringer, right? And for them, just even saying, I apologize is like jumping off a roof. You understand? Because they really don't want to admit or communicate to you that you are right. You've talked to them spiritually, you've talked to them in the 5D, you've talked to them about their behaviors, you've talked to them about just everything under the sun in regards to trying to get them and guide them in the right direction. And they refused. And this is where spirit steps in and say, like, divine feminine, You've done your work. You've done enough. You've tried. Now let us take over. And so for a lot of the divine feminines, they've stepped back. They've walked away. But in their heart, they still heal. They still show compassion and empathy to their divine counterpart. Okay? For the divine feminine, the first card that came out is Big Dreams. Divine feminine is really in his or her power right now, or coming to his or her power. You guys could have experienced a recent tarot moment where you really thought like seeing your person would change things, but seeing your person only confirmed that they still have to do the work. They still haven't healed what they needed to heal. So divine feminine is working on his or her big dreams, what it is tied to their life path and purpose. How are they going to be a shapeshifter for the world? How are they going to raise the consciousness vibration of the universe? This is what's on divine feminine's mind right now. They have big dreams. They are magical. Anything that they want, anything that they want to bring into fruition, it happens. When your heart is pure, you have no need to worry about anything because you're divinely protected. So it's nothing that anyone can do. Karmics can't do dark magic or hoodoo or whatever voodoo they want or put a root on you. Whatever it is, it bounces back off. And people will sit back and say, why can I not make divine feminine fail? And it's because divine feminine is divinely protected. The next card that came out is Guide. A lot of the divine feminines recently went through a dark night of the soul, another tower moment, another spiritual awakening. They're being guided. And as you notice, lately within this month, it's like you've been so tired, drained. It's like you don't want to do anything. You just want to sit still. You don't want to make moves. You don't want to interact with other people. You just want to sit still. And this because divine feminine knows he or she is being called to something higher. You're asking to be sat still and to go within because it's time for you to get the messages. It's time for you to start meditating even more and aligning with that high vibration so you can get the downloads and information that is coming for you in regards to 2020. So it isn't a mistake the way things shifted from October where you saw your karmic rewards, where everything was just like working in your favor because you did the work in regards to your divine masculine, right? And then Scorpio season came and it was just heavy. The entire month was heavy. And if you resonate with this, write me in the comment section because I want to make sure I'm not the only one, right? We're all like light workers, star seeds, indigos, you know. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you guys who are resonating with this, but you're being guided. Like your time is now, divine feminine. You are definitely embarking on a new journey and it's going to be tied to your life path and purpose. Now, don't think because you've chosen the spiritual life to do spiritual work that you have to be all holier than thou. Be yourself. Understand? I always preach that. Be your, or express that, not preach that. Be yourself. You don't have to put on different clothing because you're on this different journey. You have to be yourself because that's how you're going to get others to align with you because they resonate with you, right? The next card that came out for Divine Feminine is Received. Divine Feminine is receiving the downloads. Divine Feminine is receiving the information. Divine Feminine is seeing and receiving the visions of what's to come. Right? But this time, Divine Feminine is not reaching out. For example, if he or she sees their Divine Masculine in a vision or some information comes up about them, you know, telepathically, or you know something intuitively. This is what Divine Feminine used to do. Divine Feminine has completely let Divine take over and released all control because Divine Feminine is seeing, I need support from higher to get through this, to help my Divine Masculine, because I cannot do this alone. And until they get their awakening fully, until they hit those tower moments fully, and lastly, until they realize that they've almost lost you, that's when everything will sink in. Stuck. So this card came out, and this is the energy that Divine Feminine was in. Like Divine Feminine, a lot of you in the collective were like, okay, I'm stuck. Which way do I go? What do I do? Why do I keep having to try to, invest, help, support my Divine Masculine? My Divine Masculine doesn't even acknowledge I exist half the time. I'm always getting ghosted. My Divine Masculine cannot be open to their feelings, discuss how they see me, how they feel about me, if they feel the connection too. Divine Feminine is moving out of this energy. This was the energy Divine Feminine was in. And it's clarifying that. Okay? So, messages from Divine Masculine. The first message that came out: I can't ignore the signs I'm receiving any longer. As 2020 gets closer, those synchronicities are going to be revving up. And they're going to remember you told them about the numbers: 1111, 77, 911, 555, 818. Right? I got spooked. Yeah, for a lot in the collective, the Divine Masculine, again, they have their own reasons why they're not in tune spiritually, or why they choose to ignore it. And this is calling for the Divine Feminine to have patience when it comes to that. Being apart has been life-changing for me. Yeah, your Divine Masculine is going to start to realize, because a lot of the Divine Feminine that I'm channeling with in this collective have decided to walk away. And it's not that they've decided to walk away to cut the connection off, to, rid themselves of the Divine Masculine. No, Divine Feminine just decided to choose Divine Feminine, to love Divine Feminine, to give Divine Feminine what Divine Feminine has been missing for the longest. That self-love, loving him or herself, putting him or her first, and doing the things that make them feel alive. Intimacy, compassion, happiness, joy, appreciative, right? I can still feel you. Yeah, because you guys are one soul. Your Divine Masculine will always feel you, no matter where you go, no matter where you are. The last message: I miss you regardless of how things seem. Messages from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. And I feel like with that, Divine Feminine may be feeling like, maybe I pushed the spiritual, information on my Divine Masculine a little bit too hard, where the Divine Masculine was like out of it. And Divine Feminine didn't want Divine Masculine to feel like, he or she was cuckoo. But, there was a lot of things regarding spirituality that Divine Feminine is realizing now they could have handled a lot differently. Our connection still affects me. Maybe we're just too different. Your beauty still moves me. And it's beautiful because no matter, rather right, wrong, or indifferent, the Divine Feminine will always look at his or her Divine Masculine and think you're the most beautiful person that I've laid eyes on. Okay. Now I'm using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. The card that came out for Divine Masculine is number 11. It's Cornucopia. So I'll read this for you, okay? Guys, don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. And if this twin flame reading is resonating with you, you can book me for a twin flame reading. That information is in the description box. Okay, guys, Cornucopia. This came out for Divine Masculine, number 11. That is a twin flame number. It says, wishes fulfilled. An abundant harvest and great blessings are waiting for you. And you may even find all of your wishes fulfilled. This cornucopia of gifts from the universe can come in the form of financial riches, job fulfillment, romantic love, or all of the above. When you receive the cornucopia upright, you know that you've done important work and it's about to pay off. The seeds you've planted in your energy and in your life are ready to be harvested in some significant ways. Get ready for a great feast of abundant value is being prepared for you now, and Spirit is applauding all of your efforts. The card that came out for Divine Feminine, we got 53, Magician in the Mirror. All right, here we go. Knowing and using your true power. Upright. This card, upright, represents the culmination of your personal and spiritual power at this time. In the Magician's left hand is the flame of passion and action. In his right hand is a vortex of water and the light of reflection. This highly beneficial card is telling you that you are the magician, and within your grasp are the amazing forces of earth and spirit. The water is the energy of yin, the power of spirit and clarity of thought. The flame is the energy of yang, bringing direction and creativity. Together they give you the magnificent magic of transformation. The mirror stands beside the magician, reflecting the outer world response to your choice to use or dismiss the true power that you have. Its silver reflection reveals the future in a mist on the horizon, ready to be magically formed. When you receive the magician upright, you are put on notice that an important and powerful time is at hand. You are the alchemist of your life, and just as an alchemist turns base metals into gold, you are now able to transform your difficulties into great blessings. This is true in every area of your life. Claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the mist of the future will clear into brilliant reality, right? So with that being said, that's why it's very important for Divine Feminine to move forward right now. You're not saying you're forgetting about your Divine Masculine. You're not saying you're cutting them off, but you have to put your power into yourself. When you begin to love yourself, when you begin to nurture yourself, when you begin to treat you like you matter and that you are enough, that's when your Divine Masculine will be able to be drawn towards you. You'll ever notice how in the past, if you've been on your twin flame journey and you just completely just started doing your own thing and barely responding to messages and things like that, and how your Divine Masculine like was just like extra, right? You know, they feel that. So that's what you need to do. And it's not out of punishment or manipulative to bring them like that, but you need to do it from a loving place, a pure heart place, meaning that you want to do the work on yourself, not just because you want your Divine Masculine. That's very important. Okay. I am using Messages of Love Oracle cards by Kristen at All Things Intuitive. All right. I saw these cards and I was just like, I gotta have them. I gotta have them. It took me like 6 months to hunt them down, but I found them on Etsy. Okay. And this deck is created by Kristen, All Things Intuitive. So for Divine Masculine, the card that came out is Longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. For Divine Feminine, the card that came out is New Love. A new love or recommitment to love is developing. And I think it's so funny how these cards are just mirroring each other, right? And that's what genuinely happens in a twin flame connection. For the Lightworkers Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, the card that came out is 38. 3 and 8 is 11. Again, Some of you guys, your divine masculines, are realizing that this is a twin flame connection. Earth healing. So I'll read that for you. Here we go. You got it? Okay. It says, you are making a real contribution to the planet through your spiritual journey. Remember this and believe that your needs will be generously met by the earth and the universe. What you're doing matters, and you will be supported. So, it says, the earth recognizes you. She sees you as a conduit through which she is fed higher frequencies of light, love, and divine presence. This assists her on the journey of her own evolution. Earth is an exceptionally beautiful and powerful divine being in her own right. Yet she, like every other being, benefits from the assistance of higher frequencies, which offer a loving hand to help raise her vibration and continue her evolution. You are here to have your spiritual life journey in a human body. Part of the process will involve you sharing your light with the earth itself. This may see you take on the role of a healer, guide, mentor, or teacher to others on the path. It may see you doing work with natural world, with various earth-centered causes such as conservation and animal welfare, or organic and biodynamic farming, and ethical food production. It may involve an active prayer life that is ongoing through your day, praying for assistance, compassion, clearing, and blessing when you see an accident on the road. An animal or person who seems to be suffering, or an item on the news that you know needs light and healing. If you have been wondering if the spiritual work you are doing is making a contribution, take this oracle as a validation that it is. What you are doing matters. Yes, you are going to expand and grow in the work you are doing and the impact that you have in the world because you are capable of that. Excuse me, guys. So some of the divine masculines are going to realize their spiritual gifts. They are going to stop running from their spiritual gifts. And they are going to soon find out that their spiritual gifts are also connected to yours. Okay? The card that came out for Divine Feminine, number 24, Initiation by Air. Okay? Every time I get close towards the end of the reading, my throat chakra just goes all off the meter. You guys notice that? Okay. Divine Feminine, Initiation by Air, 24. You got 2 8 cards, 2 and 4. No, you got 6 and you got 8. Might want to look at those numbers. You have a strong and powerful, move that back for you. You have a strong and powerful mind. The mind can be a great asset. It can bring comfort, peace, and strength as you take your spiritual journey. It can also be a dark and destructive force undermining your power, making you doubt your own heart and keeping you trapped in fear. The mind developed without a loving spiritual practice can be a frightening weapon rather than a liberating sword. How will you choose to use your mind power? Your mind becomes more spacious and luminous if you practice emptying it on a regular basis. The radiant mind can be a mighty warrior against fear and despair, encouraging you with thoughts of optimism. When not given a chance to empty, however, the mind becomes overwhelmed with unprocessed information. Much of it will be fear-based, programming perpetrated by mass media, which is invested in controlling others and manipulating them by fear. This initiation, which liberates and opens the mind, empowers advanced souls to free themselves from manipulation and control. As you enter this initiation, you will feel the need to step back from what you have been taught and learn to question what you once held to be true. As you disengage from habitual mental patterns, you will begin to observe your thoughts rather than be swept up in them. Soon, you will begin to experience yourself as the peaceful, steady light of love that you are in truth. Will the mind go through its motions? Yes. However, there is no need to be afraid of this. One step at a time, your spirit shall guide your mind back towards peace. You will change the way you relate to your own mind, becoming more empowered. Okay? Your mind is a powerful creature. Tame it with persistence, compassion, kindness, and strength. Give yourself rest and an opportunity to switch off and empty your mind as regularly as you can. There is no need to judge or despair. This is an advanced initiation and one that is brought to you only when you are ready. Consider it a sign of your spiritual progress. The world will benefit from you as you learn to handle your mental energies more constructively. This oracle is indeed an omen of greater peace and happiness in your imminent future. Wow. Okay, guys, this is looking really beautiful. In the Romance Angels, the first card that came out is children. Your love life is being affected by children. So Divine Feminine, maybe you want children, maybe Divine Masculine already has children. And that could be one of the reasons why there's some distance there. Like, how do I introduce my children to Divine Feminine when all they've ever known was the other partner, right? Or how will they take Divine Feminine? Will they be open to Divine Feminine? Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So with make the effort, Divine Feminine, I still recommend that you don't contact, but make the effort in the spirit world, 5D. So in your visions, in your dreams, send them healing. That's how you make the effort. When it comes to your Divine Masculine, they have to make the effort with action, because that is what they were lacking, right? The next card, Forgiving and Learning. This has come out the entire year of 2019. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Start with forgiveness. Okay? The deck I'm using is Tarot Illuminati. I asked Spirit to give me information in regards to this Twin Flame collective that I'm channeling to today. And it is definitely resonating with what we've been going through. I'm a Divine Feminine, so I can speak to that. I can attest to that. And it has not been an easy journey, but we're all here together helping each other, and we'll get through it. So for the first card that came out, we got the Three of Cups. And I marked all of these because I want you to actually understand the information for you guys. So I hope you can see that. Sorry, I'm just like moving all around. All right. So the first card that came out is the Three of Cups. It talks about joy and abundance, right? So with the Three of Cups, it says there is naught but happiness in the world, and existence is pure joy. There is no reason for sadness or disappointment, pettiness or despair, because life is a testament to bliss. Where there is sorrow or failure, joy is not absent. You must simply perceive differently to find her. Make every day a holiday, every act one of celebration, every word a song of triumph, and you will join us in the dance of the graces. But do not do it alone. Your jubilation serves a higher purpose. When it is shared with others, join them to revel in the past, create a festival of the present, and welcome the future and all its potential with gaiety. Be in the moment. Be the joy you wish to see in the world, and know the rich abundance of your life. Okay, so when we see the Three of Cups, it talks about celebration. It talks about people coming together. And it's really funny, like in this photo, she looks like she's pregnant in the blue, right? Like right around her little belly. Like, oh man, this is just beautiful. So expect a lot of, you know, conceptions coming up when these unions start in 2024, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and that baby is going to be definitely a spiritual baby and someone who's going to make the world a better place with their gifts and things like that. So for some of you divine feminines, I'm feeling like gonna have some babies, some 21 baby or 2021 babies. Got that? I didn't see that at first. It's like so beautiful. Yeah, because like I want a little baby. I don't have kids. And I never wanted kids when I grew up. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm just like, wait a minute, I need something to leave my legacy to. Like, I want just one, at least. Okay. The next card that came out is the Nine of Wands, okay? And the deck I'm using, guys, is Tarot Illuminati. So if the deck is really beautiful, I really love this deck. Okay, so let me set that down for you. Where's my... I had this all planned out for you guys. I know you like, Chrissy, get it together. I'm getting it, y'all. Don't worry. I'm getting it. Okay, here it is. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm back. So, with the Nine of Wands, the strength of will, right? Now, remember, this is in regards to the twin flame connection collectively. So, for divine feminine and divine masculine, this is the things that we need to work on, do to overcome. So it says, a true warrior fights even the gravest of injuries, fights with the gravest of injuries. Yet he knows how to choose his battles carefully. You can feel the ache of a wound, know your weakness, and acknowledge the strength of your enemies. And this is your most dependable strength. The real battle does not take place in the gaps between blades, but in the will and mind of the warrior. When your will is strong and you wait watching the tide of battle, awaiting the opportune moment for all your conserved energy to be released towards your goal, then you are a true warrior. From here you may act as the tide of battle flows, and no movement nor blow shall be wasted. Yet be prepared for the pain of the burn as you wait, as you maintain your defense, as your muscles protest for want of either stillness or action. And know that this pain you feel now serves to remind you of the most vital of all things. You are still alive. The wounded warrior, perseverance, strength of will, never giving up, fighting despite loss or injury, fighting a losing battle, conserving your energy for the opportune moment, being given no respite or let up, being in the eye of the storm, out of the frying pan and into the fire. Okay? The next card that came out is the Hermits. Now, there's that guide again. Remember we talked about the guide when we did Divine Feminines. I'll show you. When we did Divine Feminines spread with the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. So that's double clarification for you right there. Okay. So, again, you guys are being guided. Divine Feminine is being guided. Divine Masculine is being guided. We are both mirroring each other when it comes to your spiritual growth and what you need to do in regards to prepare for 2020. So it says, the Hermit, the seed of light in the darkness. I have traveled a long way to be here, in the darkness in the womb of the world, the great cosmic display of life, death, and rebirth. Above us, stars die and are born. Planets move, and the face of the universe changes forever. Beneath us, the earth shifts. Lava flows, the worms consume decaying matter, and seeds spring forth. This is the primal dance, yet to mortals it is a mystery to be sought after, delved into like a man shining light into a dark cavern. I am the way shower of this mystery, the guide along the roads you must walk if you wish for revelation. I have walked these paths myself many eons ago. In the light I shine so that you may see is merely my own wisdom. It is a small light, flickering and weak. Yet in the depths of the darkness into which we are going, it might as well be the light of the sun. You ask, why am I so alone? This is the way it must be. I must brave the darkness of eternity so that others might see the light. I am the one upon whom all eyes rest when all else fails. And I am the one who will lead you out of the wilderness and the desert to the promised land. This light I carry is my burden and my blessing. I offer it with open hands to all, for it is the seed that will redeem the world. Right? So, the hermit is an imparter of wisdom. A hermit, or somebody who enjoys solitude, wisdom in loneliness, being alone, light in the darkness, guidance from within, the wisdom of another showing you the way, a helping hand, an aged and experience shining your inner light for others to see, a spiritual truth that acts as a navigation point. I'm so glad I read this card because this is just beautiful, right? After it is explained, right? And the overall energy for the spread, Tower. And remember, I talked about earlier how some of us had recently went through another Tower moment or a dark night of the soul. And you see that magnetic energy where the twin flames have to be basically torn apart to be brought back together the right way. So your divine masculine is shedding things, divine feminine is shedding things in order to come back the way you're meant to come back. And I always say, sometimes things need to get flipped upside down so we can learn to live right side up, right? So with this Tower, no one ever really goes like in depth, right? Of like, they're just like, you got the Tower and blah, blah. So with this Tower, it talks about the destruction of the self at the edge of the abyss. It says, you worked so hard to build so high, to construct great walls and create beautiful things. You attached yourself to them, considering them to be an extension of yourself, your personality, your ego. That was your mistake. In the end, everything must be destroyed. If you build false towers and unstable foundations, your buildings will crumble to dust. Everything you have strived for, everything you show to the world as you must, be destroyed. Only when all sense of your ego and attachment has been cut away can you receive illumination. For years you have looked out at the world from tiny windows, protected behind the mass of bricks and mortar. For too long you have known yourself. All knowledge up until now is false. The more you cling to it, the harder it will be to let go and move on. It is time for illumination, and since you have made it so hard for revelation to come to you, you must now face the lightning strike. It will destroy everything you have surrounded yourself with to get to you. And when it does, you shall fall. Nothing can be left over from this, no mercy given. You will be liberated from that tower, and as you fall, you shall be able once again to see the stars that you have missed for so long. Themes and concepts: sudden destruction and devastation, catastrophe, destruction of the ego or sense of self, painful awakening and realization, a bolt out of the blue, removal of constructs in your life, fall from grace, falsely built parts of your life torn down, hubris, revelation through extreme pain. So this is what you know, I was speaking of when I was talking about the divine masculine getting their tower moment, or the divine masculine resisting so long that the universe really just pushed divine feminine to the side and was like, listen, we need to take over, because, you know, we understand. And that's why you continually to get blessed, divine feminine, because you really tried to help and support your divine masculine, to show them the way, and they were too much in their pride, too much in their ego, and this is what caused this moment. And you can't go swooping in trying to save in the 3D, because they just won't get it. So you have to step back. You have to put that love into yourself. You have to nurture yourself at this time, because you matter too. And regardless if your divine masculine hasn't come forward and offered an apology, become empathetic to the situation and what really was the issues, you know, those inner childhood wounds, the things from past lives that haven't been healed, just numerous of things. You have to be able to be strong and know that divine is going to take care of your divine masculine. You cannot keep trying to save someone that doesn't want to be saved. Okay? Know that 2020, there are going to be a lot of twin flames coming into union. And it's going to be such a beautiful time. And, you know, I don't know if I'm speaking to all of you who are destined for the union coming up close, but I do know for damn sure that if you start doing the work, you start loving yourself, you start, you know, putting your, you know, focus on your life path and purpose, that you will see everything align exactly how it should be, because you are divinely protected, and you don't have to worry about your divine masculine, because you are connected. You are already one. So let divine step in and heal and work through divine masculine. So that way, after you're flipped upside down, the both of you can be right side up together. All right, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you would like to book a twin flame reading with me, or any reading for that matter, that information is in the description box below. Sending you guys so much love and light. If you would like to donate to the channel, that information is in the description box below as well. Love and light, guys. Take care.